In today's Sharp Saturday video, we're going to take a look at another knife from former DevGru Navy SEAL Dom Rosso and the folks over at Dynamis Tools, CrushEverything.com. This is the Dynamis Neptune Extreme EDC dive knife, which I think is a pretty fitting knife to be designed by someone who much of their training was involved in, obviously, maritime operations, we'll call it that. And we're going to put this thing through what I think may be an extreme test. Coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me for another Sharp Saturday video where it's Saturday and we take a look at something sharp. And like I said already, today that something sharp is this Dynamis Tools Neptune Extreme EDC / dive knife. And this one is from the mind and design of Dom Rosso, former DevGru Navy SEAL. It's a really cool steel and different things. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But first, as usual, today's words of wisdom from the Bible. Today's wisdom is from Proverbs 22 verse 1 in the NLT version. Choose a good reputation over great riches. Being held in high esteem is better than silver or gold. Well, there you go. So I think them there's words to live by. And of course, a big thank you to my friends at XS Sights for making this and many other videos possible. I've said it before, I'll say it again. XS Sights are the only sights I trust my life to on any pistol I carry to protect myself and my family. I was an XS Sights paying customer literally for years before they approached me and asked me if I wanted them to sponsor some videos on the channel. So I think they're a great fit. They're truly a product I trust my life to. XS Sights are made in the USA by people who shoot, and they are the fastest sight in any light. If you go to their website and you see somewhere you can put a coupon code in, if you put in SOP15, you'll be glad you did. So thanks again to XS Sights for making today's video possible. Now, what I thought we'd do with this thing, we're going to take it outside to our world-renowned testing facility and put this thing through what I think might be an extreme test. Okay, so here we are. Here's the Dynamis Neptune. We've got some water here. I'm going to put some salt in here to simulate some salt water. I don't know what the salinity is of salt water in the ocean. We're going to put some in here. I call that enough. We just stir it up some. Okay, I'm going to put a little more salt in here. I don't think that's enough. And stir it around some more. I'm sure it will continue to dissolve. I'm going to get as much as I can dissolve now. Okay, now let's put her here and suspend her in the salted water. And you can see, hopefully you can see, can you see? Yes, it's suspended freely in there. Now it is November the 7th, 2025, 5:35. So we'll leave it in here at least a week and see how well it fares in the salt water. Okay, so it is, focus, it is 3 p.m. on November the 28th. So by my clock, it's been about 3 weeks now submerged in the salt water. So let's get it out and see what it looks like here. And here it is. I don't see any indication of any kind of rust other than maybe a little bit on the screw there. But let's rinse it off and then we'll see how well it fared. Okay, so here is the Dynamis Neptune Extreme EDC knife. And this again is after 3 weeks in the salt water. As I said earlier, this is a Tier 1 design knife made in the USA. And it features an 8.5-inch overall length, full tang of US-made CPS M110V steel. It's a 3 1/8-inch spear point double-edged blade. The backside has serrations and it has a line cutter on the front. The scales are removable and it has several different lashing points for different lashing and future modularity. It comes with this in the waistband blade sheath with the Neptune X0 clip. And if this fits all of the Dynamis blades, it also is available with a diving carry system. It has a unique serial number. This one is 252. And some nice jimping here and here, either side of the handle. So you see there's still a little bit of salt residue there, but no rust. Just give you a close-up of this thing. So you can see there's absolutely no rust anywhere. I thought there might be a little rust around that screw right there, but I didn't see any. The blade itself is completely rust-free. Just really made for underwater and diving use if you need it to be, or for any other kind of use you might need. That being said, let's do just a little bit of science, basic science test with it. And I like to do the internationally standard sharpness test, the redneck sharp test, and we'll just check that out here, see how well it does. And I'm not too sure it's going to do good. My experience with these knives is they've not been redneck sharp out of the box. Sharp enough to do what it needs to do, but not really redneck sharp. So that being said, let's do some more realistic stuff with it that you might use it for. Although this is certainly not any sort of a bushcraft style knife. We can do a little bit of, there's no way to baton this, but let's see if we can carve a couple of them there feathers, just because I like to do that. And this wood is kind of wet, so I don't know if it's going to do very good as far as fire going, but let's just see how well this thing does as far as carving. Not too bad. However, there's nowhere on this thing even remotely sharp enough to strike a ferro rod, I don't think. But we'll try something. Put it back in the handle, back in the sheath so we don't cut ourselves. And then right along there at the top, it might do something. We'll try and see. Again, this is pretty wet. I'm not. Nope, not really. But I wonder if the blade, the sheath clip will do anything. Better than the blade, but not so much. So there's that. What else can we do with this? Okay, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know we're all about the science here at Survival on Purpose. To that end, we maintain a state-of-the-art cutting-edge knife testing facility at our worldwide headquarters here. And one of the tests we like to do on all fixed blade knives is to test the aerodynamic balance using our balance, orientation, and rotation device. So I think we should do that for the science, right? So let's see how well this thing is balanced. You don't do? Proper scientific methodology is critical. Boop, 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 boop. So is calibration. Yeah? Again? They're coming. Get back. Boop, 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 boop. It's taking a licking and keeping on ticking, I'll say that for it. One more time. Boop, 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 boop. Balance, orientation, and rotation device needs a little renewal. Chuck Norris can cut a knife with hot butter. Okay, well, it's a little calibration effort. We're going to call this one balanced. And I did pretty much have some kind of bangs on it. And let me give you a little close up here. Other than the sawdust from where it penetrated the damaged portion of the balance, orientation, and rotation device, no damage, no problems, good shape. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty balanced. Like all the Dynamis knives I've looked at, it's not razor shaving sharp out of the box. And I think that's potentially on purpose because it's designed to be a more robust kind of a all-around blade. But you can certainly put a razor edge on it. Don't get me wrong, it's sharp. this will cut you. Very, very pointy. This is, again, Tier 1 design. 3 weeks in the saltwater, no damage, no corrosion, no anything. It just it feels good in your hand. Anyway, that is a quick look at the Dynamis Neptune fixed blade, and I think it's a very capable knife and a really well-made knife. And if you're looking for a knife you can trust your life to, you might want to check this out. Again, it's not cheap, but very good things often are not. However, they do run sales a whole lot on there. Like if you're watching this when I put it out, there's a Black Friday sale going on now, 20% off site-wide, so you can save some money on this thing. But also, they run sales from time to time. So, but either way, it's a really, really good knife. And I hope this video has been helpful, somewhat interesting, and maybe even mildly entertaining. I really sincerely appreciate you watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.